If we have goals, social media are a great way to get ahead in life because we can tell as many people as possible, not only about our goals, but also if we have some product to sell or publication that has been published, we can promote it to as many people as possible. So social media can be awesome to get closer to our goals, but they can also be a great source of harm. So in today's video, I show you how I use social media to achieve my goals and how I use it generally for what I feel is a good cause. And also I will be having some controversial opinions. I can already tell that some people will disagree with me. So I'm really curious what you think about my opinions and about my strategies. So my biggest vision is that academics and researchers take their career into their own hands and to promote their publications on Twitter and on other types of social media so that they become independent from a very, very messed up publishing system. So this way they can spread the word about their work on social media, particularly on Twitter. I won't really get into detail right now why the traditional publishing system is messed up. It is a video on its own, so be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see updates on those types of videos. Because I grew my Twitter really, really fast, actually, I think by the time that you see it, I'm having 10,000 followers. Yay! Yes, but since it has grown so fast, I was really a little bit shocked by the negativity that some people spread, because I wasn't really prepared for that. And some negative comments really stuck with me, some even for more than a day. Some even stuck with me for 1 or 2 days. Also, I quickly got a little addicted to Twitter and I used to check it every few minutes. So I totally understand why some people have a very bad opinion of social media and even consider it evil. But at the same time, I think if we just demonize social media, we are missing out on great opportunities to advance our career. So in my personal opinion, I think it is important to learn to use social media properly rather than to just say it is bad and try to steer clear of it. This is why I think we should not use social media only for entertainment, and it is also not a thing to just fill our free time with. It is more like a tool that we use. And once we're done with it, we put it down. We only pick it up as soon as we need it again. And just like any other tool, if we use it wrong, it can create some damage. So in my opinion, it is important to create a bit of emotional distance to social media and to Twitter. And like I said, if we create this emotional distance, we can actually use it to build something good and something that is going to be of value for many other people. So I will start with the biggest learning that I've had in the past few months. And this learning is only tweet about the things that you want to see more of. So I want to see more of people taking their career into their own hands and building a career that is truly fulfilling to them. And this is what I'm tweeting about. The social media algorithm, however, is not going to support this easily. So it is going to require some discipline. Because what the social media algorithm wants is to keep people on the platform for as long as possible. Because this way they can add all kinds of ads between the posts that you're actually interested in, and they hope that you will click on the ads, and this is how they are making their money. So the interest of all social media is to just keep your attention on the platform. So I know there is this like button and you think you're telling social media what you like, but again, social media don't care about what you like. They only care about what you're paying attention to. So even looking at a tweet for too long is actually already a data point for social media platforms. Not to mention to expand a thread and to read through the comments or even commenting under a tweet. So if you're commenting under the tweet, if you're taking the time to think of a thoughtful response, this is really showing social media that this is how to grab your attention. So you can be certain that you're going to be seeing more of those kinds of tweets. Especially if there are threads that you're responding to more than only once. And probably all of you, and including me, we have all done it, that we have some sort of discussion on social media where we are a little bit upset about one person is writing. So we are checking again every minute whether the person has been responding to our reply. And this is really, really toxic for your future social media thread. Because what do we respond to the most? To the things that are causing the most emotions. And this is why we see so many hater comments, so many tweets that are causing fear in us, because so many people are interacting with those types of tweets. So this is my first controversial opinion. Don't interact at all with any negative tweet, even if it is bullying or even if you're perceiving it as bullying. You're not going to help the person and you're not going to help other people in the future. I know when somebody is bullying someone else or is leaving some negative and horrible comments, it is human nature to want to stand up to this person and to defend the other one. And this is also really what you should be doing offline. But the difference between offline and online is that offline there is nobody else watching and in a way holding out a red flag and saying, hello, please, other bullies, would you also please join this party? Because this is basically what you're doing online. By interacting, you're exposing the threat and the original bad tweet to all of your audience members. And one of your audience members might also not be very nice and commenting in a negative way. And he's then again exposing this tweet to all of his audience members. And it is a vicious cycle. And also you're letting the social media platform know overall that this is content that might be interesting also for other people. So overall, it is going to push those negative comments in the algorithm, not only for you, but also for others. So even though it might be tickling in your fingers to reply to a negative comment, you're actually putting more oil into the fire and you are making the problem worse long term. So what I personally do instead, when I see some negative comments online that are directed towards one person, is I send this person a direct message and say, well, don't listen to this one. This person is just negative, don't take it personally. And what you could even do in the spirit of only tweet about the things that you want to tweet about, that you want to see more of, is to do like an independent counter tweet where you're saying something positive about the person and there all other people can comment something positive. So you're creating this positive bubble, but the engagement is not going to be under the negative threat, and this is going to be a huge difference. Also, I block everyone who I consider a bully online. And this person doesn't even have to interact with me. Even when I see a person being rude or being harassing, another person. Again, it doesn't have to do anything with me. I block them. Because first of all, I think they don't deserve to be benefiting from my content. And second of all, this is, I hope, also telling the algorithm that this is not the kind of content that I want to see and that I want to engage with. Do you think this is the right approach? So again, I personally think offline is a completely different story and you should be standing up to bullies. But again, online, I do think it is making the problem worse. And this is also now how we come to the next point, which is how to create some emotional distance to social media so that we are not too tempted to engage with any tweet that is just being thrown our way. So one thing that helps me personally, but that might not necessarily help you, is that I have a scientific curiosity for the algorithm. So I am trying not to even see tweets as like an entity in itself to be engaged with, but I try to look at Twitter as an overall, experiment. And I try not to single out different tweets and get upset about it, but I see this is not working for everyone, and also I fall into traps of getting upset about certain tweets. For instance, the thing that upsets me a lot, and some people will kill me for that, is that there are certain political correctness bombs that are being thrown onto you, and you're left and don't really know what to respond. So I will give you one example of a political correctness bomb that I personally perceived as very, very unfair. So you might know that my philosophy is to always only focus on the things that we can control. And I saw a few things on social media going on where they said, well, people from a poor background have it worse, which is probably true, and only if you're rich you will make it in your career and so on. And this has really bothered me because I find this narrative is not going to help people from a poor background because they cannot control which background they are from. So my philosophy is always, this could be the case, but this shouldn't be stopping you. So instead of focusing on the things that other people might have ahead of you, focus on the things that you have ahead of them. And this way you can also get ahead and make your talents work in your advantage. So I did a tweet on that to focus on the things that you are in control of rather than the things that other people might be born with that are giving them an advantage. And I found it was very empowering, and everything comes from an empowering and kind place because, like I said, I want to help as many people as possible have a fulfilling career. But one person commented under my tweet and said, well, so you're okay with poor people dying earlier? And I thought, what the hell? This is not even remotely what I was saying. And it made me so upset because I found it so unfair. So the only way to go forward in this situation for me was to mute this person. I think I didn't block him. But I had to withdraw myself immediately from the situation to not engage emotionally. And there's a nice book or also a nice website that is called The Fine Art of Baloney Detection. And this has helped me a lot because it has helped me to identify types of people and argument structures that are not going to get us anywhere. So for instance, in this case, this argument that this other person has given me was something called a strawman argument. A strawman argument is the misrepresentation of a point in order to make it easier to criticize. And this is exactly what this person was doing, because I was not saying at all that I think poor people should be dying earlier. And this website that I will also be linking to below, The Fine Art of Baloney Detection, or this book even, you can have both, will help you a lot to quickly identify people that you don't want to interact with at all. So as soon as your baloney radar goes on, just leave, because it is not getting you anyway and it is just going to make you upset. My second trick to get less emotionally attached to a tweet is to schedule my tweets actually. So the first advantage of this is on some days I am feeling very, very eloquent and I'm having lots of good ideas. So I could be producing 10 tweets per day, but then there are other days where I have nothing to say. So in order to overcome this, I have started to only, schedule 2 tweets per day usually, and the rest of the tweets I type into a platform that is called TweetDeck. I will also be linking to it below. And the other advantage of this is that I'm not feeling emotional anymore about the tweets that are going out. Because usually I don't even really know which tweets are going out. Like I said, it is still a spur in the moment tweet that I usually do, or the writing of the tweet is still spur of the moment. But then again, when it goes out, I have already processed the emotion and I'm not really attached to it anymore. And sometimes on the mornings I am quite surprised by what tweet has been tweeted from my account this week, because I don't really keep track of it that much. And this helps me a lot to not feel too emotional about the responses or about the replies to one of my tweets. Also, what helps me a lot is usually you get a dopamine hit every time you get a notification, for instance, a like or a retweet. But those are not going to get you ahead or give you new information in any way. You cannot engage with a like. So what I tend to do instead is I only focus the mention section and I don't scroll through all the likes and all the retweets, because this is just a waste of time and I'm only noticing the people that have actually replied under my tweets. And the last thing that I do is I actually delete social media apps from my phone on weekends. This is allowing me then to also really detach and to use social media a little bit more consciously, because like I said, I was borderline addicted to social media. And yes, having the weekends to breathe and to be at least only able to use it from my computer if I want is already a big help. As you can see, I'm actually putting in a lot of effort to not be too emotional about social media, because I think in the end it is not very helpful if you're attaching too many emotions to Twitter. So in a nutshell, first, only engage with things that you want to see more of. And second, in order to do that, build an emotional barrier to social media so that you're generally not feeling too emotional about the tweets that are being thrown your way. In case you're actually curious about how I craft my tweets so that I'm getting a maximum of engagement, which is then going to help me with the algorithm and present my tweets to a maximum of people, then you can download my 3-step tweet formula, which is a PDF. I'm also linking to it below. And you can then enter your email address and it will be sent straight to your email inbox. And this is where I show you how to create an emotion for your tweet, how to say what you want to say, and then how to get engagement. Also, If you want more tips and tricks on how to tweak social media and use it to your advantage to spread any message that you want, whether it is about your own business or whether it is about a publication that is going to be due, so to promote your own research, it doesn't really matter. I will be giving you lots of more great advice, especially on Twitter. So be sure to subscribe to my channel. And also, you're helping me a lot with the algorithm if you are giving this video a like, because this will show Twitter that it is an interesting video and it will show the video to more people. So this way it is going to help me to help more people, and it is, yeah, I will really appreciate if you're helping me out this way. And then obviously also follow me on Twitter. There I am trying to add value to you every single day. And yes, like I said, I'm tweeting twice every day usually. So be sure to follow me there. And with this, I wish you a great day and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.